Yo, welcome to another installment of Black Man's Thoughts. Hopefully y'all can see me, man. My camera be messing up. Like I said, I need to fix this somehow. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk a little boxing today. How many of y'all have ever trained in boxing? How many of y'all really went through a workout, went to class, been in the ring, sparred? It's a very, very, very grueling sport. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of getting up early, a lot of sacrifice. Because unlike other sports where your weight really matters in one-on-one combat, because size and stuff and strength matters and stuff like football, basketball. But when you're talking about boxing, man, you're talking about having weight limits. You have to have divisions, classes. That's very important. Why is this important? Because when you look at great boxers, you look at who they faced, what they faced. Let me roll this one. I'm sorry. What they faced, and since facing another great boxer, who has Ryan Garcia really beat? Who has Tank beat? Who has Shakur beat? Who has Haney beat? Who has Lomachenko beat? There's a lot of talk about the LDBC. It's just so many different ways that we can take this. There's a lot of talk about the LDBC, right? But the importance of an LDBC, Lions Den boxing community, is because we advocate for our fighters, advocate for our people. When the problem with boxing is nobody knows the names. There's too many divisions. Too many belts. Nobody knows the names. How do we get to know the names? By fighting locally, fighting in the states. A lot of times they're going overseas, they're fighting, and they're getting the bag. They are prize fighters. They're getting the bag. And the problem, though, is it takes away from the Americas not knowing the Devin Haney's. It takes away from the Americas not knowing the Shakur Stevens. Devin Haney's from what? San Francisco, Oakland, San Francisco, that area. So most people they don't order pay-per-views like they used to. They don't order fights like they used to. They don't watch it like they used to. Football is king. But when you have a talent like a Tank, he gets known because everybody loves knockouts. Everybody loves them KOs. But when you have a very, very sound technical fighter like a Devin Haney, like a Lomachenko, like a Shakur Stevenson, like a Keyshawn Davis, they're not going to wow you with 1,000 knockouts, but they're going to outbox you. And if you're a fan of the sport of boxing, like a deep love for the sport, you love those fights better. I'll take the chess match over a quick knockout because I want to see the changeup. I want to see the angles. I want to see the defensive work. I want to see the clean shots getting landed on a very skilled defensive fighter. I want to see one guy be able to make adjustments and outthink his opponent in the ring, just using these and this. And it's just you two in the ring. I love that. I love those type of fights. Like I said, my favorite fighter right now is Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Tank, Wilder. I got to throw Lomachenko in there. The man is an amazing fighter. I do think he lost against Haney. I don't think it was as close as people make it seem. I do think he's got the complexion for the protection to be able to say and do some of the stuff he's doing. Because let's not act like Deontay Wilder didn't feel like he was cheated. Let's not act like the brother that Rolly fought didn't feel like he was cheated. Why should Haney be required to give somebody a rematch? Why should Haney be required to lose his belts by an overturniture? I don't even know if that's a word, so bear with me. But an overturniture. I just think that he has the complexion for the protection, if you know what I mean. But that doesn't take away him being a very good fighter. I just think that in the fight with Devin Haney, here's what was happening. Devin Haney was controlling the early part of the rounds. He won the majority of the round, the first half of the fight. What Lomachenko would do was have spurts with 1 minute left on the clock, and it looked like he did enough for the round. But the reality is Devin Haney was hitting those body shots. He was countering with uppercuts. He was hitting him with the jab the whole fight, the whole round. And yeah, it looked very, and it didn't look as explosive in the sense of a, it was more pow, 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 the shots. Whereas Lomachenko would have these spurts where he would throw off combinations that swings maybe 6 to 7 times, but he was only hitting maybe 1 or 2. So it looked like he was the busier fighter sometimes, but technically he wasn't, because he was just throwing punches, and Devin Haney was doing a good job of hitting him. Now, as you look at the later rounds, you'll start to hear something Devin Haney says. He says he's figured it out. He knows everything I'm about to do. But when did he say that? That was around like what? Around 10, 11? You see what I'm saying? Look how long it took him to do that. Lomachenko was not the same fighter the first half of that fight. So it's impossible for you to sit there and say that, oh yeah, he figured him out earlier. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Then you heard it live on television when Devin Haney said it. Yo, he just figured me out. So I think that Lomachenko's a good fighter, but I think just like T.O., he waited too long. He was he waited way too long. He wasn't sure how to get into the distance with Devin Haney. He wasn't confident. And if you listen to what Kambosos said recently, Kambosos just had an interview, and Kambosos said that Devin Haney has power. Now it isn't knock you dead cold power like a tank, but he has a shocking. He hits you, and it's a shocker. Boom! It wakes you up in a sense. Bah! Oh snap! I'm in a fight. It's one of them. Now, if you look at Kambosos, the first fight and the second fight, Kambosos said the first fight his punches wasn't doing too much, but the second fight, you look at Kambosos' face and you can see them punches was doing some work. Look at nobody likes to talk about this, but look at Lomachenko after that fight. Lomachenko looked like he was in a damn fight. Damn, man, this damn device is acting crazy. He looked like he was in a fight. He looked like he was getting punished. That shit wasn't just body work. And we have to start giving Devin Haney some props. Maybe he doesn't have the knockout power, but you ain't seeing too many people just continually to press him like a Lomachenko did. You also have to think Lomachenko pressed him like that because Lomachenko know he was getting that ass handed to him the first half of the fight. Lomachenko wasn't pressing him like that at the beginning of the fight. And I don't think nobody is crazy enough to do that, especially in the early parts of the fight when Devin Haney is sharp. But to be honest with you, that might be the smarter. If you're sure on your conditioning and you can keep this up for 12 pounds, that may be Devin Haney's weak spot. Just continuous pressure. Continuation of pressure. But, yeah, I definitely think that boxing this year has been very good. We still have T.O. About to fight, was it Josh Taylor? I think so. We still have to have, I think Bivol fights this year. I think it's Clarissa Shields getting ready to fight, but her fight, you know, it's probably against I don't think it's against nobody special since the girl popped. Her main fight popped. She popped with some type of drugs. You still have. I seen Keith Thurman come out and say that he's going to fight. I think he's going to fight in either June or July because he sat his ass on the shelf for so long trying to get this Spence fight when really he could have fought anybody. He could have after Barrios. He could have fought Frank Martin. He could have fought Crawford. He could have fought a lot of people, but now you can't wait in life. You got to go out there, and if you can't get what you want, you got to stay busy, man. You got to stay busy. That's my only worry for Spence and Crawford, that Spence didn't stay busy. You know, I think we're going to see a Charlo fight. I really do. I think that. Oh yeah, I think Fulton fights Indua. I forgot how you pronounce his name. Yeah, he fights him. I actually think that Fulton can win this. If it goes to the cards, I don't think they're gonna give it to Fulton. If it goes to the cards, I don't think. Now, what if he goes out there and completely drops Fulton in the 4th, 5th, 6th round? That's a huge statement. That's a huge statement. No, he shouldn't be pound for pound number 2 either. Anyway, I don't think so. Let's talk about Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis. Now, we all know that Haney just fought. Haney just fought. Where are the contracts at? It's been a lot of Twitter fingering. Where are the contracts at? See, that's the thing, man. We got our favorite fighters and shit like that, but we also have to call a spade a spade. How many times we gonna keep hearing Tank's team talk? How many times we gonna keep hearing Tank's team talk? Now, we hear Devin Haney's team talk, but Devin Haney's always saying that, hey, we're sending contracts. They're not wanting to fight. We're calling everybody out. What's up? I'm trying to get a fight. Now, we can't say Devin Haney has not done that. But what we can say is that, Tank, where you at, man? You fought what, a few months ago? A couple months ago now? Where's the contract at? You would be the A side, right? I'm not familiar with, and even though Haney's undisputed, Tank is the more popular fighter. He's the face. So I don't know who would then have to send the contract. But what I'm saying is that these are both free fighters. Now, would Tank take a 140 fight with Devin Haney? If he's that sure of him cracking him in sparring session, my question now would be does it matter if Haney is at 140 or 135? See, that's the thing about the boxing aspect. Shakur Stevenson and Tank, they want Haney. They want Haney. But if they really think they can beat him and he's like, let's fight at 140, then, and it's just for that one fight, then my question now is, why don't Shakur Stevenson, and even though he hasn't fought there and he's just now getting to 135, we all know that they walk around a bigger weight than that probably. Why not just fight Haney at 140? Just for that one fight. It ain't like you got to do your career at 140, but for that one fight. If you know he got all the belts, he's undisputed, and he's looking to move up, and you're trying to say to yourself, I'm better than this guy, fight him at 140. Don't fight him where he don't have all his best energy. See, I don't want to see a fight like a Ryan Garcia where the guy is zapped of energy and he doesn't have enough to continue at the end because his weight drained. I want best of the best fighting the best of the best when they're at their best ability. That's boxing. That's the sweet science. That's the love of it. That's the love of it. I don't want no weight drain fighter trying to fight somebody and they use some kind of secret tactic. No, I don't want no tactics. I want to see who's the true fighter, who's the better fighter, who's the smarter fighter. You know? But this is your man, Yesha Yahoo, a little boxing talk in the morning. Like, subscribe, share. You know, holler at me, man. Let's get this thing going. You know what I mean? I'm still on self-improvement. Because if we don't love us, who will? If the world is against us, who do we got? We got the Most High, but we also have to have ourselves. Love your neighbor as yourself, right? That's your fellow brother. That's your putting your brother on the game so he can be better for his family. That's not keeping all the information in. And I've met brothers in a time where all they want to do is they want to be the hype man. They want to be the man of the hour, and they want to keep all the info. But share that info. You know what I mean? Share with me on how to. I tell brothers all the time, get your ass into tech. Get into tech. Our fathers, they was in factories. Our grandfathers, they was in factories. Our great-great-grandfathers, they came from the South and worked factories all these years, and now they shut these plants down. Well, guess what the language of the day is? Technology. It's tech. Learn tech, get to the money, get into nursing, get into the health field, get into tech, get into small businesses, start looking at ways to get land, start looking at ways to protect your family. Get into that stuff, man. Stop sitting on the couch over Pookie's house. Stop staying with your girl, man. Don't live with the girl, man. You get your place. You get your place. Have her come with you. If y'all together, then make sure your goddamn name is on that lease first. Okay? So when you get kicked out or something happens, you're not getting kicked out. And your ass is, because everybody gonna side with the woman. Protect yourself, man. We love you. Like, subscribe, share. Let's go, Ravens. All right. Shalom, shalom.